the Sycamores.
And he shoots 43% from the field and a member of the MVC Most Improved Team. So let's check out tonight's starting lineups. A presentation of Casey's General Store. Casey's, famous for pizza. Smith, Scott, Brown, and then Boone Scoten along with Murphy in the lineup for the Sycamores. Lee, Wills, Akun, Purcell, McIntosh. We spoke of McKyle a moment ago, and then
and then paint creativity. Guys like Hawkins, Akun, Purcell, who can flash into the post and score and take advantage of their athletic ability.
Mike Stewart gives the ball a toss. He's assisted by Bert Smith and Jerry Pollard. The officials as assigned by the Missouri Valley Conference for this final quarterfinal game in Arch Madness. Illinois State in white, the Sycamores from Indiana State in blue. Akun Purcell off the back iron and tracked down by Harris Lee. Harris Lee runs the show. 31 minutes at Wichita State Saturday, scored 6 points. He had 2 assists and a steal. But he's capable of putting up some huge numbers along with Akun Purcell. Here's Akun Purcell to the baseline. Hawkins, 5 on the shot clock. And the baseline jumper. A line drive rebound to Christian Smith. Devontae Brown, a senior from Killeen, Texas, wears number 11. Number 4 is Brenton Scott. Boone Scoten wears number 12. The hook pass low and the basket. Boy, muscling that one up there, Murphy. Brandon Murphy, averaging 4-9 a game. He wasn't going to be denied that opportunity.
Brown did a terrific job recognizing the double team.
And an Illinois State turnover gives the ball back to this man's team, Greg Lansing, a sensational coach. He has won 108 games at Indiana State. He has been there 4 seasons. Excuse me, he's been there 6 seasons, and he was an associate head coach for 3 years before becoming the head coach and taking over the program. Here's Scott. Up big and strong on the rebound, Deontay Hawkins. He gets 5.7 rebounds through the entire season. Hawkins is open. That's dangerous. But a little too strong, and the ball hit the clock. So the ball goes back to the Sycamores. And there's Dan Muller. He's in his 4th season with Illinois State, 75-56. The first Redbird coach to beat 4 top 25 teams in his first 4 seasons and led ISU to the 2015 NIT tournament.
And the last time Illinois State went to the NCAA tournament, he was a star player.
He was a player. Coached under Kevin Stallings. The dunk by Boone Scoten.
Boone Scoten has really come on strong late in the year. Has been one of the bright spots.
Illinois State is trying to end the shutout here. Akun Purcell palmed the ball. He turned it over.
Watch Boone Scoten. Poor closeout. Boone Scoten, no help. He's going to take it right to the hole.
Illinois State just turned the ball over for the 2nd time. And here are the Sycamores looking to build on a 4-0 lead in the early going at Arch Madness. A steal for Lee. And that is his forte, and a shot blocked. With Indiana State getting back on defense, and Boone Scoten is off to a great start.
Boone Scoten feeding off the dunk on the other end. Looking like another foreign player that we saw a moment ago in the Evansville's Miskevicius. Knocking it out of bounds.
Akun Purcell to inbound. Long pass for McKyle McIntosh off his fingertips. And on the drive, the shot's blocked. Brenton Scott was denied. Out of bounds to Indiana State. It's still 4-0 Sycamores.
It's a terrific hustle play.
But McIntosh, we talked about his athletic ability. There's a great example of what we were mentioning in our open. Brown watched by Harris Lee. Christian Smith. Here's Boone-Scoten, number 12. Now Scott. 6 on the shot clock. And Christian Smith misses the try for 3 and a foul called against Illinois State.
McIntosh is going to pick up the foul and going to have a seat on the bench.
First team foul. And we have a change with Nick Banyard coming in, redshirt junior from Flower Mound, Texas. And he was a member of the all-bench team in the Missouri Valley Conference. Lob pass. Niels Boone-Scoten. Brown and Scott on the outside. Boone-Scoten. Shot for 3. Rims off for Deontay Hawkins of Illinois State. Lee, head and shoulder move into the lane. Hawkins is open after the ball fake runs into resistance, saved by Kuhn Purcell.
Indiana State very good at playing positional defense and forcing you to shoot jump shots. The key for Illinois State, got to move the ball, move the defense.
Hawkins way off the mark. Kuhn Purcell was in the right place. Banyard with nothing inside, out to the top, and the shot for 3 will not go down. Tony Wills shoots 35% from behind the arc.
John, this is the danger early for Illinois State. Because they don't have a true post player, at times they tend to settle for the jump shot. They've got to try and get it inside out, whether it's off of a dribble drive or off of a flash into a post-up by a Kuhn Purcell or Hawkins.
Hawkins has a foul, so does McIntosh for Illinois State. And still 4-0 Indiana State. Inside 16 minutes to go in the first half. Number 30 is Matt Van Soyk. Here's Boone-Scoten, and he traveled. And we take a timeout. 15:47 left in the first half. Indiana State against Illinois State. The Sycamores have 4 points.
Some of them sleep all day.
That's in the quarterfinals.
Kind of
you like to play that last game of the tournament, though.
Oh, absolutely. The last game of the tournament. Absolutely.
Yeah, but that last
game the last game of the first day. That's
the last of 4. It can be hurry up and wait. Banyard from the point. Long 3. Air ball. 0 for 7 for the Redbirds.
That's the settling that I'm talking about. Swing the ball, try and go inside out. Dan Muller doesn't look too happy with that shot selection.
Brown with the ball for Indiana State. Everett Clemens, number 0, is in for Indiana State. Brown at the point with 5 on the shot clock. He'll let it go. Rimming out to number 2, Quentin Brewer. Brewer comes off the bench to average 4 rebounds a game. There's Lee stopping at the free throw line. Number 15 is Justin McLeod. Tom Ackerman spoke of him during our pregame. And the shot goes for Paris Lee.
Paris Lee, who's always been noted as a defensive player in this league, has really improved his offense this year.
With all of the trouble Illinois State has had scoring, it's still a 2-point lead for Indiana State.
Indiana State looks sharp moving the basketball. They just haven't been able to make shots.
That's a shot for 3 that won't go for Matt Van Soyk. Getting up slowly, Brewer, as he took a spill. Now Lee will give him a moment to set up in the Redbird offense. He'll bring it back around. 10 on the shot clock for the Redbirds.
Indiana State stays in that matchup zone.
Banyard to the corner for McLeod, a 3. Justin McLeod shooting 33% behind the arc. 5-4 Illinois State. Illinois State's 2 for 9 from the field. Brown, he'll take the shot and miss it badly. There's a basket and 1 with Rickman getting the offensive rebound. He'll be on the free throw line attempting a 3-point play. Andre Rickman.
John, on that previous offensive possession, watch Banyard. He dribbles upward to pull the backline defender, Van Soik in this case, and then the shooter McLeod fills in behind. A good pull and trail is what we used to call it.
Rickman, the freshman out of Collinsville, Illinois, 6 minutes against Bradley Saturday. Didn't score. 0 for 1 from the field. He has scored tonight and misses the free throw. 6-5, Indiana State. The Redbirds, Wills brings it across. Boone Purcell's trying to create something. Deontay Hawkins with the three rimming out. And that belongs to Everett Clemens.
Terrific box out by Clemens.
Clemens steps up. He'll take it. He was wide open. Clemens averages 5.4 a game. And Indiana State has a 3-point lead, 8-5. Don't blame him at all. That was a shot that he can make. He had a good look and dropped it in. Wills. He lets it go. A line drive shot, and Tony Wills is on the scoreboard. 8-7, Indiana State with the lead and the ball here in the first half. And Soik, Clemens on the outside. Number 11 is Devontae Brown. And good rebound position for Nick Banyard. Akun Purcell for Illinois State to the corner. Banyard will take the three attempt. And with a rebound, Demondre Rickman. Rickman's off to a good start off the bench for Greg Lansing. Van Soik from the arc. Count it. Matt Van Soik. He averages 7-8 a game. 11-7 and a good start for the Sycamores.
Second time that they took advantage of the double team for an easy one.
McLeod at the point, and that's Banyard. McLeod with the ball fake. 9 on the shot clock. There's Devon Akun Purcell. Dropping it for Banyard, who had a clear path to the basket, but the pass was a little too short in his direction. As we go to break, Indiana State, I mentioned, is off to the good start. Championship game on CBS Sports at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Wrapping up Arch Madness, and then wait a week for Selection Sunday. 7-2 run for Indiana State over the last minute and a half after trailing 5-4. Indiana State with the lead and the ball. And the shot by Smith. A high bounce and a scramble for the rebound. Good hustle there by Rickman, but it's out of bounds. Rickman and Van Soik were at the end line, and Illinois State will play it in. But I like the effort so far from the Sycamores.
Indiana State off to a good start, and coaches will motivate their teams in a lot of different ways. Greg Lansing, who was upset about his quarterfinal loss a year ago, 81-53 at Loyola, as McLeod knocked it down. He was so upset that to motivate his team, he changed the locker room code to 81-53, the score of their loss in the quarterfinals, to remind his guys every day what's at stake in Arch Madness.
Now he just gave away the locker room code. A shot for three, got it. Count that for Brenton Scott. 14-9. Nothing there from McIntosh. Lee will help him out. McLeod has given Illinois State a nice lift. Hawkins is short with his shot, but he fights for the rebound, losing out. Everett Clemens, good hands. Bullet pass. Scott, and no basket. That was waved off. Scott was on the sideline. Let's go back to the previous pass.
Brenton Scott floats out. Defender is late. That's the Brenton Scott who was shooting the ball extremely well at the beginning of the conference season.
Tonight's Eagle Eye Video Replay is a presentation of Eagle Bank and Trust Company, the official bank of the Missouri Valley Conference. Eagle Bank is proud to support MVC student athletes. Eagle Bank, where a student's financial future begins. Devon Akun Purcell. And on the run, number 4, Brenton Scott. Indiana State will play the ball in. And the foul was committed by Tony Wills.
John, Cardinal offensive sin. Ball handler spinning in the middle of the court. He leaves himself wide open for help defense. Brenton Scott picks his pocket.
I mean Redbird sin?
Redbirds. Okay, absolutely.
We'll see how the Redbirds fare here with this defensive stand. Indiana State's looking to build on a 14-9 lead. 32 is Page, and a foul stops play at 9:48 to go in the first half. But Bert Smith blowing the whistle.
Indiana State has done an excellent job thus far of swinging the ball from side to side. And there's a direct correlation between ball swings and defensive breakdowns. Because you make those defenders have to keep moving, you're going to find the open area.
Deontay Hawkins went over to the bench after committing his second foul. Out high, Everett Clemens. And he takes a look to Greg Lansing. Clemens indicates the set play with the clenched fist. Boone Scoten out to Clemens with 12 on the shot clock. Boone Scoten will take the long three attempt. Counter! Niels Boone Scoten has 5 in the first half. A 3-ball and an answer for Mikhail McIntosh. He shoots 37% behind the arc. Clemens on the wing now for Indiana State, leading 17-12. And the steal there for number 12, Tony Wills.
John, it's a foreign affair. First, Boone Scoten from the Netherlands. McIntosh from the Great North, Canada.
And it's 17-12, Indiana State. Everett Clemens is watched by Akun Purcell. Number 4, Brenton Scott, a sophomore from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Boone Scoten with the ball fake. Here's the shot right at the buzzer and rebounded by number 34, Brandon Murphy. Clemens. Pass tipped over to our statistician. Nice play, John. Metro Transit is offering an all-inclusive 5-day fan pass for just $23.50. The fan pass is valid for unlimited riding March 3rd through the 6th on MetroLink Metrobus and the St. Louis Downtown Trolley during Arch Madness 2016. Purchase your fan pass at metrostore.org. 15 on the shot clock for the Sycamores. Boone Scoten is open. So is Purcell underneath for the rebound. Harris Lee stopping, popping. And that shot was blocked with McIntosh trying to get the loose ball and an easy score. Wasn't so easy. 29 on the shot clock with the Redbirds playing it in as the Redbirds anticipated a foul. In for Devon Akun Purcell. McIntosh will let it fly. That rims out. Out of the traffic, Brenton Scott for Indiana State. Devontae Brown, and a nice save there by Aquarius Page. Page lobbing low, and that was a steal by Wills, but he dribbled the ball on the inline, and with 9 on the shot clock, Indiana State will play it in after the timeout. Arch Madness, St. Louis. A lot more to come. Begins. There's Justin over on the bench, where he has scored 5 off the bench tonight.
Justin McLeod and I share the same college major.
Business education teaching.
Business education. You teach anything from shorthand to office machines, economics.
Brown scores. He found the lane wide open, just moving to his left. Devontae Brown. Lee on the other end. Wills lobbing low for Quentin Brewer. Purcell cutting into the lane, and he met some resistance. And the foul is called against Boonskoten. Niels commits his first. Boonskoten with his first personal foul and 5 team fouls for Illinois State in the first for the Sycamore.
And you wonder why Indiana State only has 1 foul. Some of it is good defense, but a lot of it is Illinois State has settled for jump shots early in the shot clock.
Harris Lee handing off to Akun Purcell. McIntosh with 8 on the shot clock. And loose ball belongs to number 11, Devontae Brown. Brown was going to get that shot away, or know the reason why, and he'll be on the line.
You hear so often, basketball IQ. He's got high basketball IQ. Well, this is a smart play right here by Devontae Brown. He knows McIntosh is behind him and out of control. He draws the foul, and that's McIntosh's second.
And Devontae knew he was going to pay a price. Now he goes to the line for a chance to score with the clock stopped, and he'll get one more chance. 3 points for Devontae Brown, who comes in averaging 15.8 a game. Stay tuned for our halftime report coming up with Scotty Bucks Warman. A presentation of State Farm reminding you we exist to assist. Scotty will, of course, have a recap of the first half, the brackets, the stats of this game, and Tom Ackerman will be talking with the coaches as part of the State Farm halftime report. Here's another free throw coming up for Devontae Brown. Banyard with the rebound. Harris Lee running the offense for Illinois State, winning 18 games in the regular season, 12 of those in the Valley. Tony Wills and Paris Lee. Lee starting, stopping. Wills with the ball now at the point. 6 on the shot clock. An open Wills, high arc. Spinning off to number 41, Demondre Rickman. Long outside shot, short for Brenton Scott. Shooting better than 40% from behind the arc. Inside Brewer. Boonskoten knocked the ball out of his hands. Indiana State will take over possession with 6:07 to go in the first half, leading 20-12.
And John, that last shot by Brenton Scott in transition that he missed. When things were going well for Indiana State early in the conference season, he was making those shots in transition. The difference is now he's not. You have no offensive rebounding, and it's just like a turnover.
Number 11 is Devontae Brown. Clemens from the wing, guarded by McLeod. Christian Smith didn't get the roll. Illinois State running the floor. Akun Purcell looking for Lee, who's covered very well by Everett Clemens.
Very good transition defense by Indiana State.
Lee gave up the dribble, dropped the bounce pass to the baseline. McLeod's open but can't connect. Akun Purcell can't put it down. Devontae Brown. Clemens bumps, shoots, misses. Akun Purcell with the rebound, stealing off inside Devontae Brown. Here's Akun Purcell to Lee. He shoots over Van Soik. Count it. 5 points for Lee. They have scored in double figures 19 times this season. So far, 5 in the first half. As he pushes any game toward double figures, Coach, it's the assist he gets because he is the threat to score. Makes everybody better.
He absolutely does.
Number 41, Rickman, with 8 on the shot clock. Christian Smith. High arc. No, and he'll be on the free throw line. He was fouled by McIntosh. Excuse me, on Wills. Wills with his second. As McIntosh been on the bench with 2 fouls, Wills commits his second. Look at the official. I thought he had 1-1 up there. No, The 1-2, Tony Wills, a junior from Indianapolis, puts number 1, Christian Smith, on the line.
You know, John, we talked about at the outset that Indiana State had to find their mojo. They had to get that confidence back. And with the way they have played thus far, even though they have struggled the last few minutes scoring, they are playing with the same type of enthusiasm and intensity that they played early in the conference season.
4:30 left in the first half. It's Indiana State 22, Illinois State 15, and Indiana State is in the bonus thanks to 17 fouls committed by the Redbirds. Lee picks up the ball on the roll right at midcourt. Takes it all the way in and miss. Akun Purcell slaps it out to McLeod, who throws it right in to the Sycamores, and Van Soik is able to score. Nice job by Page in on that play as well, as Van Soik has 5 in the first half. Look where is Page. Now for Illinois State, a miss for Banyard. Page with the rebound. Clemens to the front court. Van Soik. Clemens on the outside. Here's Clemens trying the other side of the floor for Page. Smith throws it right into Akun Purcell's hands. Akun Purcell accelerating. Getting the ball to Lee over to the corner for McLeod. Here's Lee in heavy traffic. Banyard with the close-in shot was fouled. And that's on Christian Smith, his first, the second foul on Indiana State. So we have a timeout. Getting late here in the first half, the final quarterfinal.
You look at the turnovers, 9 turnovers. The last 2 games of the regular season, they had 8 each game. They've already had 9. Need to take care of better care of the basketball.
Banyard will shoot one more. Banyard is a 48% shooter. Christian Smith put him on the line just before the timeout. This one's in play at 3:30 to go until halftime, and he's 0 for 2. 24-15, Indiana State. The number 6 seed against the number 3 seed, Illinois State. Brady Scott, sophomore from Fort Wayne, Indiana. A handoff to Everett Clemens out of Springfield, Illinois. And Soik with the miss, and the follow won't go down for number 22, Brandon Burnett. Redbirds with a chance to cut into the Sycamore lead, but Akun Purcell nearly lost that one. Akun Purcell hanging, and he can't score it. And Soik with the rebound. Clemens stopping, hopping, in and out. There's Devon Akun Purcell for the Redbirds. How do you feel about the pace of this one, Rich?
I will say this. Indiana State has done a very good job of taking away dribble penetration, forcing jump shots. Even that shot by Paris Lee was a very high degree of difficulty.
Just one and done. Burnett from the corner. And an out for Akun Purcell. One and done that time for the Sycamores. And a timeout taken. Timeout with 2:14 left in the half. Back and forth they go, yet Indiana State is leading 24-15.
The last part of the season, but he's too good of a coach. He's got a week to prepare for Illinois State. He's got them playing very well on the defensive end.
Combined, the two teams are 6 for 27 from three-point range, making 3 each. Hawkins back in with 2 fouls. Too tall for Akun Purcell with that pass.
A lot of blue jerseys in the paint. Would have been a tough catch, even if it was a better pass.
Devontae Brown with Everett Clemens. Brenton Scott. There's a lob that's deflected by Lee away from Niels Brunskoten.
John, you got to give Illinois State credit. They are still playing very hard on the defensive end, even though they are having trouble scoring. It's a sign of a good team. A bad team, when you're not scoring, you don't guard anybody, but Illinois State still keeping their intensity level up.
Brunskoten into Clemens. McLeod is watching Clemens. Smith. Rebounded by Deontay Hawkins, sophomore from Dayton, Ohio. Akun Purcell, no basket. The foul was committed on the drive. It's on Christian Smith, his second foul. The third team foul on Indiana State with a minute 22 left until halftime. Van Soik off the bench. At Van Soik, he'll replace Christian Smith. Lee with the lob for Akun Purcell. Hawkins dropping low to the corner. Lee too long. Good idea. And there was an open look.
It was a shot out of rhythm, which is very good.
And the steal by Wills. Taking it all the way in. Tony Wills has 4. That can give the Redbirds a lift. Getting some points off good defense.
You're struggling offensively. If you can create some offensive output, that's very important.
And Soik with Hawkins reaching in, getting the steal to McLeod. Hawkins sets up, and he's short. Everett Clemens will slow it down. Give it up to Devontae Brown.
Well, Indiana State has the tempo that they like.
20 seconds to work with on the shot clock, 27.1 on the game clock here in the...
And get a steal or force them to shoot it quicker. In the past, Dan Muller has been a guy who will double the ball, try and get it out of guys' hands and maybe get a steal. They've stolen the ball in the last 2 possessions. Let's see what he does on this possession. He's going to play it out.
15 on the shot clock. Down to 10. Now starting the rhythm of the offense with Brown all the way in. Too short with his shot. Hawkins rebounds. 8 seconds until halftime. Lee to the front court. All the way in. And basket interference. With Akun Purcell going for the slam, the ball was above the cylinder. That is waved off.
John, in a half that you have struggled to score, the ball is clearly going in. And Akun Purcell, who had started his run-up, just couldn't help himself.
1.6 seconds to go. Indiana State's ball. Devontae Brown to throw the long pass. And the shot was not taken before the horn. We're at the half, and a good half for Indiana. They have Lee, Wills, as Edna proudly presents the second half of this Missouri Valley Conference Arch Madness quarterfinal game. Christian Smith will inbound.
Look for both teams to try and get their leading scorers untracked early. Devontae Brown.
Scott in there. Scott has 2 3-point field goals and a 10-point Indiana State lead.
Indiana State very successful against the double team in the post. That's the 3rd basket. They have taken advantage of that double team.
Here's the spin move and an air ball for Deontay Hawkins. Walking the sideline, Scott keeps the ball in bounds. From Scoten on the drive. And the fadeaway. Count it. How smooth was that?
Big Scoten starting the second half like he did the game.
And here's a steal. Scott driving, scoring. Scott has 8 points. And 5 of those right out of the gate here in the second half. 31-17.
Finding other ways to help his team. He reads the double team. He knows somebody is open. Scott delivers.
Scott has 5 of his 8 points in the second half. Illinois State with the ball after the timeout. McIntosh has scored 3 tonight. He's in heavy traffic. Around the lead. Here's Wills stepping in. Low for Hawkins, and he is hit hard.
And call that intentional, John.
The officials are going to talk about it.
He initially signaled intentional, and you're going to see him come down, and it's that extra grab by Murphy that could lead to the intentional. Now they're going to decide if it was flagrant. You know, he gets Murphy up in the air with the ball fake, and part of it he's coming down, but it's that extra pull at the end that drags him to the ground. And I would be surprised if they talk about it and decide that it's not intentional.
Jerry Pollard comes out to talk with Mike Stewart. So a flagrant one foul call. And that's on Brandon Murphy. So the officials call for the players back to the court. And Hawkins will get 2 free throws and then maintain possession. The MVC fan hangout is a perfect gathering place before and after games during Arch Madness. Located in Ballpark Village in downtown St. Louis, just across the street that is from Busch Stadium. For additional information, visit archmadness.com/fans. What a frustrating night for Deontay Hawkins. Hawkins did not score in the first half. 0 for 6 from the field, 0 for 4 behind the arc, and now 0 for 1 from the free throw line. He does have 6 rebounds. Now he's on the scoreboard.
Smart coaching move by Dan Muller. Hawkins misses the first, and he tells him to back away from the line and come back and reset himself. Clears his mind, clears the mechanism, knocks the second one down.
Here's the lob into Hawkins. Around to Lee. McLeod. Long lob pass for Wills to the corner. McIntosh with the miss. Now Smith in the front court, hanging, looking for help. When Scoten couldn't tap it over to his teammate Scott. Wills scores. Tony Wills has 6. And the Redbirds are starting to mount something here against Indiana State that has pretty much controlled this game. And we're just under 18 minutes to go in the second half. 31-20, Indiana State. Scott inside for Murphy. Boone-Scoten will be on the free throw line. Here's Boone-Scoten, a 220-pound junior from the Netherlands.
Boone-Scoten has played very well alongside of Murphy all season long inside, and Murphy felt the double team coming. Dishes it off.
The third foul for Hawkins. Team fouls even at a foul apiece.
John, I think it's official. I think Indiana State has found their mojo again.
Boone-Scoten. And he makes 2 on that trip to the free throw line. Give him 9 tonight. 33-20, Sycamore. Lee. And he was fouled. Lee trying to make the pass. Contact was made. And that's against Brenton Scott.
John, confidence is such a fragile thing. Here you have Indiana State, who has struggled for the last 2 or 3 weeks. They have found it tonight. They've gotten their confidence back. Illinois State, who was on fire, going 9-3 the last 12 games. They're playing with a little lack of confidence.
Now the turnaround off the glass, and that goes down for Hawkins. Hawkins earned those 2 points.
Maybe that'll get them going. Don't settle for a jump shot. Take it inside.
11-point lead for Indiana State. Working the ball on the outside against the Redbirds. Here's Boone-Scoten. Scott. Now stepping up. Christian Smith drops one in. He has 2 free throws, now a field goal to his credit tonight. McIntosh. He finds all net with that shot. McIntosh has 5. He averages 10.7 a game for Coach Dan Muller. We're in the second half, Arch Madness, the quarterfinals. Number 6 seed, Indiana State leading. Murphy couldn't hook it in, and there's Deontay Hawkins in white for the Redbirds. Lee, nice move inside, dropping the pass to the baseline, but lost it. Scott ahead. Smith scores. 6 for Christian Smith. And Scott got things started for the Sycamores on the other end of the floor. McLeod to Wills in the corner. McLeod came off the bench. He had 5 quick first half points. Wills is too strong with that one. Follow shot, no good by Hawkins. Nothing but blue around the basket in the backcourt for the Sycamores.
The further we get into this second half, the more Indiana State will start to milk the clock.
And a foul. Hawkins trying to deny Brandon Murphy. And we go to break with 15:35 left in the second half. Indiana. In the meantime, Indiana State has been striking up their band with a 37-24 lead, 38-24. As Murphy scores. He's a 63% free throw shooter. Nice touch, rotation on the first one. Oh, with the rotation, he got the roll.
Shooter's touch.
Illinois State trails 39-24. The biggest lead now in the game for Indiana State. Out of bounds. 23 on the shot clock for the Redbirds, who will inbound from the sideline.
McIntosh trying to throw the ball inside, understanding that if you have a smaller defender, get it up in the air. Bigger defender, make him go down low. Kuhn Purcell, size advantage.
Here's Lee for Banyard at the point. Low, and that was slapped by McIntosh. Out of bounds to Indiana State. The Redbirds are trying to get the ball inside.
They are, but they're trying to get it in too much of a hurry.
And forcing.
Swing the ball once or twice, it'll open up the inside.
Against some mild pressure, Scott comes across the line for the Sycamores, who lead 39-24.
Switch from their man-to-man 2-3 zone with a bump down in the back.
And inside there's the crawl from Matt Van Soyk. Van Soyk has 7.
Terrific flash from behind the defender.
McIntosh using up the dribble. Banyard, he's open. But he hasn't scored tonight. Inside, Kuhn Purcell can't score. Tries to get the offensive rebound by flinging the ball back in bounds. There's Mikhail McIntosh. That resulted in 2 points for Illinois State.
Well, here comes the full court pressure. They're just trying to get Indiana State out of their comfort zone. Try and speed them up. Try and change them offensively. Need to look at that sweet spot in the middle of the zone.
Brown off the back iron. And there's Devon Kuhn Purcell. McIntosh. Short. Indiana State on the run. And Van Soyk with the miss. The putback by Brandon Murphy. He has 6. The offensive rebound and the basket for Murphy.
How about the job that Murphy has done on both ends of the floor? He's guarding McIntosh, and he's doing a good job of keeping him in front. That time he tried to keep him in front on a cut. Got called for the foul.
That's his second.
And Murphy carving out space in the paint.
And with that, tonight's Eagle Eye video replays are a presentation of Eagle Bank and Trust Company, the official bank of the Missouri Valley Conference. Eagle Bank is proud to support MVC student athletes. Eagle Bank, where a student's financial future begins. McIntosh taking the pass, moving in on Van Soik. Purcell will go to the line after the offensive rebound. Akun Purcell will be on the line. Christian Smith has just committed his third foul. The fourth team foul on the Sycamores. And here's Devon Akun Purcell, a 72% shooter, looking for his first points in the game. The leading scorer for the Redbirds at 14-1 a game. Another one in play at 13:34 left in the second half. Indiana State up 43-27. Big deep breath for the senior from Orlando, Florida. Akun Purcell misses. And there's Matt Van Soik.
They stay in the press, but Indiana State has three very good ball handlers in Page, Scott, and Clemens.
Page comes out to the point. 10 on the shot clock. Page low. Van Soik with the left hand off the glass to Devon Akun Purcell. That's out of bounds. Going off Clemens. Tried to help Jerry Pollard officiate on that, but Pollard saw it all the way. And for the Redbirds, Ferris Lee replacing Justin McLeod.
John, Indiana State has been very impressive in their defensive conversion. They have not allowed Illinois State to get anything in transition.
Akun Purcell backing away, long shot, rattles in and out. The volley for the loose ball. There's Brenton Scott. Long pass to the baseline. Good ball movement. Scott from the point. And the rebound belongs to Quentin Brewer. There's Lee for McIntosh. That's a three ball. 10 for McIntosh after he had one three-point field goal in the first half. Scott will swing it on around. There's Clemens. Brenton Scott and Clemens playing catch on the outside. Long shot. Scott rattles out. And we have a foul on the play. 11:58 left in the second half. Indiana State. A good night so far for the Sycamores, leading 4. Something small plate goes great with the light show. Indiana State has put on quite a show tonight. Looking to add to their lead and inbounding the ball after the timeout. Clemens and Brown on the outside. Page using up some of the shot clock. Page, Clemens, Brown. Rickman is inside. 9 on the shot clock. Page steps up. Passes low. And Van Soik loses the ball out of bounds with 4 on the shot clock. 4 on the shot clock for the Sycamores.
Greg Lansing wanted a foul on the shot.
Well, we have 4 on the shot clock. Aquarius Page to inbound. Here's Van Soik, and he's fouled. Fouled by Lee. Matt Van Soik shooting 3. We've seen that a lot in this tournament.
John, that will give a coach nightmares. 1 second on the shot clock. Tough shot to begin with by Van Soik.
And then he can score with the clock stopped now.
Oh, he bails him out. This is really a perfect possession for Indiana State. 30 seconds going off. Chance for 3 free throws if Van Soyk can make the next 2.
62% from the free throw line from Matt Van Soyk, a junior from Green Lake, Wisconsin, who came to Indiana State from the Citadel. He's missed the first 2.
Maybe Paris Lee knew something we didn't.
Well, they got the time out of it off the clock. Van Soyk trying to make 1 for 3, missed all 3. Yes, he did. I guess Lee did.
Far be it from me to ever question Paris Lee on the defensive end. Guy who averages almost 2 steals a game.
Brewer looking for Kuhn Purcell. Kuhn Purcell had the ball poked away out of bounds off Indiana State. How would you rate Indiana State's defense overall tonight?
Conversion from offense to defense has been outstanding. And in the half court, they have done a terrific job of clogging the lane and forcing jump shots.
Here's Lee all the way through. Kuhn Purcell running into traffic and a foul called on Devontae Brown. The first on Brown.
John, what you're seeing now is when players have struggled to make jump shots, they're shooting 3 from 18 from the three-point line. They try and get closer to the rim, as we've seen the last 2 drives by Kuhn Purcell.
The foul is on Devontae Brown, his second. And 2 shots coming up for Devon Kuhn Purcell. He's 1 for 2 from the line tonight. Averaging 14-1 a game, only 1 point. Oh for 6. 0 for 1 from behind the arc and 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Kuhn Purcell has 12 rebounds. There's a free throw for him. Stoughton comes back in along with Brandon Murphy. Number 4, Brenton Scott. This one's in play for Devon Kuhn Purcell. The senior on the line for the Illinois State Redbirds, who have won 18 games this season. He made them both.
Full court pressure this time. Looking for a steal.
Devontae Brown across the line and a foul on Wills. Wills very unhappy with the call. His 3rd foul.
He actually fouled him twice as he bumps him first and then he bumps him with his body second.
Be careful.
Yeah, and he needed just to continue to back off because Paris Lee was coming for the double team.
And now we have a whistle off the ball and a foul against Illinois State. The foul's on Brewer. That's his second. Both teams with 6 fouls in the second half and 10:45 left to play. Off the bench. Here comes Banyard. Nick Banyard in for Quentin Brewer. Indiana State to inbound. Long lob out to Everett Clemens. Junior from Springfield, Illinois. And a foul on Lee. They are reaching for the ball with Devontae Brown being fouled. The second foul on Lee. And now 1-1 for the Sycamores.
Still plenty of time, John, and right now Illinois State playing out of desperation on the defensive end, as we've seen 3 fouls and all of a sudden Devontae Brown in the bonus.
1 out of 2 from the line for Brown. He gets the bonus. Looking for his 5th point. Brown's 2nd team all Missouri Valley Conference. Had 24 points in 30 minutes against Bradley in the season finale Saturday. 5 for Brown. 45-32 Indiana State. Paris Lee has been held to 5 points. Those were scored in the first half. Wills has 6 tonight. Kuhn Purcell working on Devontae Brown. Brown to Lee, who scores on a 3-ball.
Good extra pass by Wills. Well executed.
45-35 Indiana State. Brown now looking in on Wills. Looking in on the zone. Brown, Clemens, Scott out front. All the way in. Brown had the ball knocked away by Nick Banyard. Kuhn Purcell driving, scoring, and he'll be on the line. The foul on Clemens.
John, you've been waiting for something to get the Redbirds going. It starts with a Kuhn Purcell in the post. He kicks it out. They swing it. Paris Lee knocks it down. And then in transition, one of the few times tonight that Indiana State has given Illinois State the opportunity for something in transition.
Big deep breath for a Kuhn Purcell. The Isaac shoots it. Missed it. Here's Boone Scoten with the rebound.
You're the Redbirds. You keep the pressure up, but you don't want to gamble to the point where you give Indiana State an easy shot at the rim.
Down to 10 on the shot clock. Devontae Brown. Number 4 is Brenton Scott. Scott with the long shot with 2. Scores with 2 seconds on the shot clock.
It was good defense, but terrific offense.
Here's McIntosh. And there's Devontae Brown. Scott with a 3-ball the last time down is 11 points.
Key for Indiana State, you're going to milk the clock, but you got to move the basketball.
There's Christian Smith. He has Banyard on the wing, Lee out high, all the way in. He can't score, but he'll have a chance from the free throw line.
Indiana State offensively needs to keep moving the basketball. It's good defense by the Redbirds, but Brenton Scott knocks it down. And then watch the flash into the gray area by Christian Smith. Right behind McLeod. Puts the middleman in danger. Christian Smith finishes it.
And here's Lee, a 78% shooter from the line. His first free throw tonight, short. Illinois State, from the free throw line, is 4 for 10. During the season, shot 67%.
If you want to win in Arch Madness, you need to make free throws.
9 for Lee. 50-38 Sycamore. We're coming down to 8 minutes left in the game. Brenton Scott has 11 points tonight. Brown has scored 5. Smith will give it up to Boone Scoten. Scott was 7 on the shot clock. Short off the rim. And in the corner, there's Justin McLeod, number 15 for the Redbirds. Oh, Lee is able to avoid the turnover. Finding McIntosh with contact, no whistle. And Murphy was able to secure the ball for the Sycamores.
Smart decision by Devontae Brown. No numbers, back it out. Run your offense.
Smith, he got Banyard off his feet, but couldn't convert. McIntosh for McLeod, who saves it in. Or did he? No, he was on the line. On the line. The ball will belong to Indiana State after a timeout. Right now, this game belongs to Indiana State, 50-38 in Arch Madness. It's women's basketball postseason tournament in the Quad Cities for the very first time. For more information, visit MVCQuadCities.com. Indiana State's ball after the timeout. 7:31 to go in the second half. Scott in the front court. A 12-point lead for the Sycamores. You know, they're on pace to score 66 points.
They score 66. I think that's my number for Powerball then.
The winning teams today have scored 66 points in the first 3 games here in Arch Madness. And Stoik couldn't score. Now we'll see what the Redbirds can do off that defensive stand. Bethune Purcell, watched by Devontae Brown.
You see
traveling. Turnover, Redbirds, Indiana State's ball.
John, as the ball goes into the post, you're going to see 5 blue jerseys in the paint, and that causes the indecision in the travel.
Lee going for the steal, and Wills taps the ball out of bounds. 19 on the shot clock for Indiana State on this possession. Christian Smith, the senior from Indianapolis, inbound. I just like the composure of this Indiana State team from the start of the game to this point. Christian Smith couldn't close the deal there. Hawkins on the outlet for Lee. Bethune Purcell. McIntosh back to Bethune Purcell with 20 on the shot clock. Here's Hawkins from the point. Short. And a foul called against Illinois State. Tom Ackerman is on the sideline working with us. Tom.
John, Greg Lansing before the game said that he'd be shocked if his team wasn't locked in and ready to go. He felt like, even though they had lost 6 in a row in February, that last game, senior day against Bradley, they played well, they practiced well going into this tournament, and really felt like they went into this not remembering what happened before. In fact, a lot of the players echoed that. Christian Smith said, we're not really worried about what happened behind us. All we can worry about is these next days right here.
And on the line, Mikal McIntosh, with a free throw coming his way.
John, he was right. They have played with a lot of confidence right from the outset tonight.
The ball goes the other way to Indiana State. Christian Smith. He's on the lineup with 4 personal fouls for Indiana State. Brown at the point. Along with Clemens on the outside. And a kickball. 15 on the shot clock, and the ball will be inbounded from the baseline.
John, one of the things that Indiana State needs to make sure they do against this zone is don't settle to go east and west. You got to go north, south, and try and push the defense back towards the baseline.
Brown throwing the ball that was tipped, and 8 seconds on the clock when Indiana State inbounds. 5:41 on the game clock. Four seconds. Brown. Van Soik can't score. We have a foul. And that's on Illinois State. How about that? The foul is on McIntosh, and that's his 3rd.
You're going to see on the shot, Van Soik treats it as a defensive rebound. He boxes out McIntosh, and McIntosh called for the push. Good play by Van Soik.
Van Soik is 1 for 4. He had 3 free throws a while ago and missed all 3. Looking for his 9th point overall, Matt Van Soik out of Green Lake, Wisconsin. Made 2 there. 52-39 Indiana State. Redbird fans have had very little to cheer about from the get-go in this game.
Indiana switches to the zone defense, trying to make sure they keep forcing jump shots.
There was one by Akun Purcell. It ends up in Clemens' hands. 5 minutes left in this quarterfinal game. The winner plays Evansville tomorrow. Skoten. And the rebound for number 4, Brenton Scott. Just about everything's going Indiana State's way right now.
And the way Indiana State is going to play this on the offensive end, this 13-point deficit feels like 20.
And we have a held ball, and the possession arrow favors Illinois State. Here's a three-point shooter, Justin McLeod, coming in as you take a look at Coach Greg Lansing. His 6th season at Indiana State, 108 wins. But 8 seasons with the program as an assistant coach, including 3 as the associate head coach.
And Muller brings in the shooter, McLeod.
A 3 attempt. Won't go for Hawkins. 1 and done on that possession for the Redbirds. Taking his time, Everett Clemens. Across the line. Coming down to 4 minutes left in the game. The 3 attempt, no good. But there is Matt Van Soy. Scott scores. 13 for Scott. And Scott will be on the line shooting for a 3-point number 3 seed, Illinois State. And each team won on the home court this year during the regular season in this matchup. Scott on the line going for a 3-point play.
This has been a terrific job of clock management. Time score situation. Last 5 possessions, Indiana State has not taken a shot until the shot clock is under 15. Well played.
Akun Purcell accelerates and banks it in. Give him 7. Clemens in the backcourt. McLeod is with him. Now across the line, Devontae Brown. Clemens weaving through traffic will bring it back out. And McLeod with the foul. His second. 2 shots now the rest of the game for Indiana State.
As I mentioned a moment ago, time, score, and situation. Clemens, they break the press. Clemens has a chance to go to the rim, but there would have been 22 seconds on the shot clock. He backs it out, tries to run more shot clock. Illinois State will have nothing of that.
There's Clemens, a 59% shooter, Rich. That one funneled in for him.
And if they're going to make it a free throw shooting contest, Indiana State has got to make sure they have the right free throw guys in there.
Lee for McIntosh. McIntosh with a 3 ball. He has 3 3-point field goals tonight. 14 points for McIntosh. And a tall pass that goes out of bounds on the other end of the floor to Illinois State. Down 56-44 with 3:06 left. McLeod will inbound.
You got your stop. If you're a Redbird fan, now you got to get your score.
And Lee was out of bounds coming back in. He grabbed the ball. There's the ball going over to Indiana State.
If you're Indiana State against this full court pressure, you've got to understand it's about possession of the basketball. Don't get careless. If you need to burn a timeout to keep the ball, you burn a timeout.
Brown in the front court, under 3 minutes to go. This day started out with a scare for the top seed Wichita State Shockers. They were down much of the game to the Loyola Ramblers, but pulled the game out late as Baker just took over the game for the Shockers. And the steal for Illinois State. McLeod in the front court. Akun Purcell. Count it! He has 10. 56-47. 2:24 to go in the second. State trailed by 17. The last time the Redbirds were within 10 points. We go back to 9:49 at 45-37. Tough time getting the ball in bounds, but Scott comes to meet the pass. And in heavy traffic, loses the ball. There's the steal. Lee for Akun Purcell. There's Lee for three. Short. And we have a foul. Stopping the clock at 2:06 left in the game. And that foul will send Indiana State to the free throw line. Akun Purcell with his first foul. I mentioned Illinois State is over the 10 foul limit, so 2 shots are coming up here with Clemens stepping up to the free throw line. Clemens is 1 for 2 from the line with 3 points. His 3 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. Everett Clemens. Clemens has played in 31 games, starting 11. He averages 26.5 minutes a game. He gets in there. He's out there a while.
He's one of the best rebounders in this league for his size. Averages over 6 rebounds a game, only 6'1".
Clemens has 5 points, going 3 for 4 from the line. Long shot, McIntosh. 6 points. Excuse me, McIntosh has 17 points. And Illinois State's making this interesting. 58-52 Indiana State. And the Redbirds aren't dead yet.
Because of that, it closes things in. It makes it easier to steal the basketball.
So much has been going on in the backcourt and right at midcourt. Full court pressure. Devontae Brown from a double team. Scott with the catch. The pass low, and Clemens scores as the Sycamores ran the floor well that time.
Exactly what you needed to do. You're not just trying to get it over against that pressure, you're trying to score it.
Lee stepping up. Short with his shot, out of bounds. And it is Illinois State's ball.
This is the first time that they originally was Redbird basketball. If it's not conclusive on replay, it stays with the call on the floor.
Here's the inbounds pass. Akun Purcell. Count it! He has 13. And it's a 5-point game. Full court pressure applied by Illinois State. Scott in the backcourt with 1:12 and counting. Christian Smith. And the Sycamores get the ball across the line, avoiding the 10-second count. 1 minute to go in the game.
They're going to play this one possession out before it becomes a foul shooting contest.
Long shot. Too strong for Devontae Brown. Akun Purcell from downtown. Misses that. The rebound for Smith. And he's fouled. And it is Matt Van Soyk. Johnson and Christian Smith fouled out of the game on that play.
So what we had was a common foul, the reach, the foul of Christian Smith, and then the dead ball foul, technical against Christian Smith, his 5th foul. So you saw Van Soyk shoot the free throws in place of Christian Smith. And now, because it was a technical foul, Illinois State has the choice of who to put at the line, and they send Paris Lee to the foul line.
A 61-55 Indiana State lead. The crawl for Lee. He has 10. He averages 11-1 a game.
John, that's a good free throw shooter. There is nothing tougher in college basketball than stepping up to the line with nobody else there.
And your team down like that with 41.5 to go. Just add up the pressure.
Down 4. Don't need a 3 if you can get something going right to the rim. If not, kick it to a three-point shooter.
Here's McIntosh. Short. McLeod cutting to the basket. He was blocked. And the ball belongs to Illinois State with 15 on the shot clock.
Good hustle play by Akun Purcell, keeping the possession alive. If you're Indiana State, shot goes up. You got to find 5 white jerseys.
Getting set to inbound, Paris Lee. Illinois State's on a 10-3 run over the last minute, 20 seconds. Getting right back into the thick of this game. Akun Purcell with 10 on the shot clock. Can't score it. Lee tried to save it. Out of bounds to Indiana State. With a 4-point lead and 18.8 to go.
Got to be strong with the ball if you're Indiana State. You still have some time if you're Illinois State to go for the steal on the inbounds pass.
Skoton is fouled by Hawkins, who fouls out. Hawkins fouls out with 17.9 to go. And Hawkins tonight 1 for 10 from the field, 0 for 6 behind the arc, 1 for 2 from the line, 3 points and 11 rebounds. Our players of the game are a presentation of Aetna. At Aetna, we're working to create a better healthcare system for you. Get to know us at Aetna.com. Brendan Scott with 14. Devon Akun Purcell with 13 for Illinois State. And a double-double for Devon Akun Purcell with 13 points and 14 rebounds in 34 minutes of action.
Akun Purcell with his career high in rebounding is Boone Skoton, who has been a spark offensively all day long. Knocks down the first one.
He's in double figures, looking for his 11th point. 63-57. Indiana State looking for the upset of the number 3 seed, Illinois State. With the run of the baseline, Nick Banyard will inbound for Illinois State.
Smart play by Indiana State, making them catch the ball.
All the way in, off the glass. Illinois State couldn't score. McIntosh couldn't score it. And now, substitution. Off the bench, Matt Van Soyk.
It was just a case that they lost some confidence. I don't know what he did in the practices leading up to this, but they started the game with tremendous confidence. And they're going to finish with it.
How about the pass off Lee, right back to Devontae Brown, and Lee commits the foul.
And Dan Muller wants to know, was Brown both feet on the floor before he caught the ball back?
Paris Lee, his 3rd personal foul comes with 11 seconds even left in the game. Devontae Brown shooting 2 here. He's looking for his 6th point. Brown is 1 for 8 from the field, 3 for 5 from the free throw line, 4 assists and 3 rebounds tonight. Good that time. 6 points for Devontae Brown. Ten seconds left in the game. McLeod with the miss. Rebound Clemens. And Clemens will be on the line with 5.4 to go. And Indiana State's going to be playing Evansville tomorrow in the Arch Madness semifinal. Indiana State 64-57 over Illinois State.
John, do you want to say it or should I? If he makes these 2 free throws,
It's 66
they will have
points.
66.
Clemens for Indiana State makes the first one. I can't believe this. The other 3 winners today scored 66 points. Up 65. And Clemens will just dribble out the clock, and Indiana State wins